The story of the monkey begins in Bill and Hal's childhood. This monkey has a force behind it, a kind of ability to cause death and carnage around it at any turn. Their babysitter dies in a ridiculous way. Freak accident doesn't begin to explain it. And Hal sort of starts to feel like this monkey presence in his life is a little bit more magical, sinister. Their lives start to crumble around them. You know, their mother dies in an epically horrific way. The friends, family die around them, and they try and rid themselves of this curse.
It just looks really rich and beautiful, while also being like about a toy monkey that kills people.
You kind of can't live in fear of dying because it can happen at any time for good reason or no good reason, randomly or purposefully, slowly, quickly, unexpectedly. You have to live your life. You can't live in avoidance of death.
Looks like God's bowling strikes tonight.
It's a really funny movie. It's finding humor in the darkest of places, and I love that.
So the film fluctuates between this like goofy comedy and like very gory, shocking violence.
Everything okay there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I think the audience gets that sort of building of tension and then that release from the comedy, which makes it, you know, really enjoyable to watch and really interesting.
People die all the time. In fact, everybody dies. It became that sort of quality of like, everybody dies sooner or later, one way or another, and sometimes, and people say it in the movie even, sometimes it's totally normal, natural, sometimes it's totally terrible and crazy.
Tonight, we're filming one of our most exciting deaths, which is Thrasher getting eaten alive by angry hornets. We're doing on-set motion capture. So we get the action of the actor, and then we can use all that to animate the bees around it. When he's flailing his arms around, we can have the bees swarm around those arms, react to the arms, all that kind of action.
We had a woman blowing up in a pool. We used some mortars that we put small bombs inside with all these body parts and blood and just blood and more blood. And it just gave a huge splash.
Wait! Fuck! What the fuck is that?
People die in the most horrific ways you can imagine.
I think the reason audiences are going to love this film so much is because of the drama, comedy, horror. It's really human. It's funny. It's crazy, and I really love it.
Like horror and comedy together, creating this perfect mashup. It's just gonna be this crazy, gory, unique film.
It's an absurd comedy, so it's a departure from grisly horror. Even though there's elements of it that are certainly grisly, it's certainly more absurd and funny than it is grisly.
Ever since Monday, things have been a bit messy around here. At least one Casco local has just poof. Sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 Casco locals have just poof and poof and poof.
Great. Yeah, no, I get it. Can we look at the other closet? It's this way, I think.
Absolutely, follow me. Poof.
I got involved with this film through Osgood from the very beginning when he showed me what he had written. I thought it was both heartfelt and warm and terrifying, but also really funny.
Yeah, you still got some of Barbara's blood on you.
Yeah. Accidents happen.
Theo I knew a little bit from as a producer. I was attached to some things with him. So when we were casting this, I thought he was really right for it because I wanted someone who isn't typically known for being a comic, but who I think is funny.
I really love Oz as a director. He's got all these ideas, but then once the cameras start rolling, he sort of just lets us go.
With Oz, there's always improv. He'll do off lines for certain characters sometimes, and he'll just start adding lines that weren't even written on the paper, and then I'll play off of that, and then we'll just go into this funny tangent.
Christian Convery plays the twins. He's got a very nostalgic, Spielbergy, childish childhood face. So I thought that fit well in this horrible world.
How's that thing from? It says organ grinder monkey. Like life. I mean life like dumb shit.
Christian's great. He's like such a pro. He's been working longer than any of the rest of us.
Tatiana is incredible to work with. She just gets so into it, and she makes you want to play off her. The way that she does her scenes and her lines, she'll change the way that she delivers them each time, and it's really captivating.
Everybody dies. And that's life.
Working with Theo James, he's such a great actor. Great guy. Really fun to talk with. Really enjoyed working with him.
Colin has a very complex, soulful energy, and I think a slightly broken energy in the character, which works perfectly. He's a very understated, thoughtful actor.
He's a really beautiful young actor, very grounded, very, not serious, but you can see that he hurts. Like, to be in a disconnected, alienated relationship with your parent, it hurts.
I get that everybody dies, and that's life, but this is like everybody dies, at the same time.
I've never worked with a director who's also acted in that film.
I've never acted in something that I've written. It's nice to be connected to the words and to know what I think is funny about them.
We're gonna do our very best with you boys. It's just that our very best might be pretty bad.
Fun role for me. I get to play two sides of a completely opposite coin.
The characters are so different, and like I said, so different from what Theo normally does. So I think it was exciting.
What do you say, Bill? Brothers again.
To see the capacity of all of these artists, it's awesome. And Oz leads it with such a sense of trusting all of the people that he's brought on. Everybody is so talented. It's just such a joy.
All the actors seem to understand the tone of all of it, and the fun is the kind of what we're trying for in this movie.
You were really trying to kill me, weren't you? Of course I was. That's what all this carnage was for. Could have killed PD, could have killed my fucking son. For what? Why? Because you killed my mom.
My name's Theo James, and I play Hal and Bill. They are twin brothers, who have been afflicted by a curse, and the curse is that of the monkey.
Yeah, you still got some of Barbara's blood on you.
Yeah. Accidents happen.
Fun role for me. I get to play two sides of a completely opposite coin. You have Hal, this very damaged, quiet bookworm of a guy, a very gentle soul. And then you have a psychotic maniac who is desperate for power, but beneath that is a wounded and damaged young child man.
Did you know that 27% of all English-speaking people will either say "ho shit" or "holy shit" before they die?
Playing those two roles opposite each other has been a delight and extremely fun. The process of playing both characters is an interesting one. You have to establish what you're going to do in the scenes where both of them are playing before you shoot it, because you can't just go on the fly. You don't want to be restrained by the performance that you did of Bill in Hal's position, in terms of timing, of speech, in terms of rhythm, in terms of a big performance versus a small. You need to figure out all those elements kind of before you come to the table.
These characters don't meet until the end of the movie, I think is fun, because he can sort of break one off from the other, and it's not every day that you're trying to embody two parts. And the characters are so different, and like I said, so different from what Theo normally does.
The technology, you have the ability to shoot half the scene in the same setting, green screen it, and then shoot the other side of it and splice them together in real time. They use a special camera which basically maps out the exact movements of the camera. You use your one person, and then because the camera has been set in exactitude of motion, you can play the other side of it and the camera will move in exactly the same way, and then you have the same shot spliced together. I got involved with this film through Osgood from the very beginning when he showed me what he had written. I thought it was both heartfelt and warm and terrifying, but also really funny. The stakes in his movies feel really complex and dark. There's a kind of Zemeckis quality of 80s and 90s movies, a kind of grandeur in scale mixed with a human heart and a lot of family comedy. And I think that's quite rare, given that it's also an R-rated horror film where people die in the most horrific ways you can imagine.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then it appeared. A beast not from this earth, smiting the ones who deserved it, the ones who didn't. And everyone in between. Whoever controls it controls life and death. And those deaths are really fucked up.
Holy sh!
Everybody dies. And that's life.
It's a goddamn mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
Oh, that's odd. I don't remember locking this.
You wouldn't happen to remember if my aunt had a wind-up toy monkey at the yard sale?
Oh, not a cherished childhood memory now, was it?
No, 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 no!
The coroner said it was an accident, but it was no accident. It was a monkey. When I was a kid, my twin brother and I found something that loved to kill. I did everything I could to make it go the fuck away. But it had other plans.
Hello, brother.
Bill.
The monkey that likes killing our family. It's back. It must be vanquished. Why don't you vanquish it, huh, Bill?
Wait! We have been chosen to witness its power over life and death in its most devious ways.
The toy monkey?
It's evil. It's basically the devil.
Everybody dies. And that's life.
Oh, fuck.